Black Our Story.
Black Our Story.
Black Our
Yes.
Story, actually. So with me here is a very beautiful sister of mine. You can tell it from wherever you are. She's a very beautiful lady here. And then she's going to tell us something small because she was a speaker. And so she actually spoke about mental health. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and then walk us through mental health? What is it about and why is it so important?
Yes. So my name is Portia Richardson. I am a global impact strategist. I'm the founder of Tumani DC Incorporated and the Impact Institute. My work is built around purpose, built about impact, but most importantly, it's built around storytelling. That's why this festival is so important, because we have to own our story. Even the crazy, ugliest parts of our individual stories is what makes us so unique, what makes us special, what makes us empowered, and what makes us have a sense of pride as Black people. As a Black woman, as someone who has returned to Ghana to find parts of myself, parts of my ancestry, parts of my identity and my history, to really know who I am, in conjunction with knowing who I am in the image of God, has allowed me and empowered me to own my personal story, to know that I have the power to make a difference in my community, that I don't have to accept the narrative that someone else has created for me, but that I can be the change, that I can rewrite the story as many times as I like, that I can shift the narrative, that I can be a generational curse breaker, that I can be a source of generational healing. That is what Black excellence and Black empowerment looks like. And that is really the essence of this event. When we come together and we own our stories and we share our collective successes, joys, struggles, challenges in such an empowering way, we can really create change in our own community. And we can also create opportunities for our community to heal itself.
Why do you think it has become so necessary for us to tell our story as Africans?
It is necessary because, as it was shared today, if we don't tell our story, somebody else will. People who have been telling our story for many years. It is skewed, there are lies, there's deceit, there are parts of the story that causes us to look down on ourselves, to feel like we're not good enough, to feel like we can't achieve purpose, that we can't achieve excellence. So it is important for us to tell our story from our perspective, our experiences, not someone else's experience, not someone else's perception of us, not someone else's downplaying of who we are. When we tell our story, we tell it from a place of power, from a place of uplift, from a place of excellence, from a place of purpose, from a place of who we are in God and not who the world says we are. So that's why it's so important for us to tell our story.
So linking mental health to Black Our Story, where is the link?
The link is very prevalent, right? Because the mental health is how we take care of ourselves. And as a community, we have been taught that we just struggle. We just be strong, push through it, don't complain, don't talk about it, don't say anything about it. And that is a big part of my work here in Ghana, because I know that we don't really like talking about mental health. But mental health is so important, because if we don't take care of ourselves, what do we have to give to others? How are we going to fulfill this gift, this purpose that we have on this earth, if we're not taking care of ourselves? And understanding that it is okay for us not to be okay. We have been through a lot as a community. We have experienced generational trauma. We've experienced racial trauma. Many of us have had individual experiences that has really pushed us to where we are today. So when we take care of ourselves, it really empowers us to the next level. Being emotional intelligent is being self-aware. That's a part of mental health. Understanding your triggers and how to cope through them when life gets rough, like what resources and tools do you have in place that you can lean into, right? Yes, prayer is great. Prayer is an amazing tool. Meditation is an amazing tool, right? But talking to someone is also an amazing tool. Having someone that can help you process your thoughts, process your experiences. Those are amazing tools too that we have to tap into as a community so that we are well. If we're not well, we can't do the work. If we're not well, we cannot push us forward if we're not taking care of our whole self. That's your body self, your mind self, your spirit self, your soul self. You have to take care of your whole self to really do the work.
Yeah, this is very deep, man. I mean, it's so deep. She's highlighted a lot of stuff. But then, let's look at this. When I have an issue and I am unable to tell somebody, and the thing is actually pressing me down, is that a mental health issue?
That is. So what you're talking about is you are suppressing your challenges, right? When you're suppressing, when you're sitting in silence and you're not telling someone what you are experiencing and you're not leaning on help, or maybe you don't feel like you have someone that you can talk to, you start to suppress it. You start to convince yourself that you're okay when you're really not. You start to say to yourself like, I'll be fine, but you're not addressing the issue. And so you go through life and maybe you're dealing with people and you notice that you have an attitude sometimes, or you may be quick-tempered because you're frustrated, or maybe you have a business and you're not engaging and communicating with your clients in a healthy way. That could be rooted in you not dealing with or addressing that mental health issue that is bothering you. So I always encourage people to find your tribe. It may not be like your parents, it may not be your siblings, it may not be your immediate family, but one of the unique things about life is that we can create our family. Like we can create what family looks like. So find somebody who is a safe person, a safe space for you, someone you trust. It can be a member of your community, it can be someone in your church, but find somebody that you can trust that will listen to you and hear you. Everybody needs a person, because the more you hold it in, the more you suppress it, at some point it's going to explode. And it usually explodes during a time that is most inconvenient, and it can make you miss out on opportunities. It can make you miss out on your gifts and your purpose. It can push you further behind and not further ahead. But when you are mentally well and you take care of yourself, you're not only able to do great things for you, but you're able to do great things for other people.
Hello guys, my sister is loaded, man. She's loaded with all the information that you need as Ghanaian, as Africans all over the globe. So if I am unable to express myself, tell what is wrong with me to somebody, and for them to give me the assistance that I need, such a person, what does he need to do?
Yeah, some of the tools that I use when there are moments where I can't reach somebody, right? I like to journal. Journaling and writing out your thoughts is very therapeutic. Finding a book where you can write out how you're feeling, what you're thinking.
Just by writing
what
them
you're
down.
Experiencing. Yes, write them down. Write your thoughts. I even write my prayers. I like to write out my prayers so that I can go back through my book of prayers and I can be grateful, because I'll start to look back on those prayers when I was suffering, when I was sad, and I'll realize like, wow, like God is answering my prayers. These are answered prayers, right? So write out your prayers, journal your thoughts, journal your feelings, but also like breathing. Mindfulness is important. Sometimes we just need to pause, take a deep breath, sit still, listen to the sounds. Ghana is beautiful. If you sit by the water, you can hear so much of God's beauty in nature, right? You can hear the leaves moving, and sometimes that is a way to clear your mind from all of the noise and the calamity that we often hear around us. So mindfulness is good. Music is healing. Sometimes it may be Afrobeats music, it may be some good mindfulness music. They even have playlists where you can listen to the sounds of nature and things like that, or spa music. That music is also very healing. So there are some really good tools that you can use and coping skills that you can go to when you don't have a person to talk to as well.
All right. So when you were speaking, I realized you mentioned stuff like identifying who you are and whose you are. What do you mean by that phrase? Whose you are?
Yes. I always make sure I talk about that in this context. It's 2024. Everybody is online on TikTok consuming information. And the more information we consume online, the further and further it can push us away from who we really are. Because we start to comparing ourselves to other people. We want to look like Beyonce. We want to dance like this person. We want to talk like this person. We want to walk like this person. When God created us very uniquely, He designed us to walk a certain way, to talk a certain way, to behave a certain way, to impact a certain way. And so the more we try to align with what the world's image is of us, the further away we get from God's image of us. And it's really in God's image that we find what we are truly supposed to be doing in this world. Some people are starting businesses because it looks cool online. They're not starting businesses because they know that that is a part of their assignment. That is what divine purpose looks like for them. So we have to be careful. One, reading the word. God shows us in the Bible who we are, what we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to walk, right? But also when we are spiritually connected, He will show us through our life, through our pain, through our suffering, through our divine moments, through everything in our lives that happen, we can discover who we really are and who He created us to be. That's how we find our why. That's how we find our purpose. And usually, unfortunately, but fortunately, it's in our pain. Some of our most painful experiences is what leads us to greater work. Like if I didn't go through growing up with a father who was on drugs or in and out of prison, I probably wouldn't feel as empowered to serve young people. But I can relate to their experiences because a lot of the young people I serve, they also have a parent who is absent. They've also gone through struggles having a single mom or a single dad raising them in the homes. So when I'm speaking to them, I'm speaking from a space of experience, not just trying to talk at them and tell them what they need to do. And so that's how I've turned my pain into purpose. So we have to look at our lives. Your life will show you what you're supposed to do. God has given us the blueprint, but we're looking at all the wrong places. We got to go to Him and we got to tap here. And that's how we find the real blueprints of life.
Hello guys, I need to bring her back onto the screens again for you. I mean, she's fully loaded. Thank you, Portia.
Thank you.
It's been nice having you.
Thank you guys so much. Please make sure you like and subscribe to Authentic Plus TV. And follow me on Instagram at I am Portia Richardson. Thank you.